The criminal justice system in Star Citizen is surprisingly light-handed. Sure, it is cruel, unjust, commercialized, but it really is, like a lot of things in this game, just trying to make a statement about our present day and the way we do things now. The general suspicion between corporations and governments and who's scratching whose back to get what outlawed, and then who's really winning when we lock someone up. In this case, it is the corporation, because it's essentially forced servitude. Sure, you could sit in your cell, bide your time, and stare at your screen, or you can stop being a tiny little pick up your multi-tool and get to work. In my last video, I chose not work. In fact, I chose, well, like everything else I do in my life, smashing my head against the brick wall until one of the two give. And in this case, the brick wall did not yield. So it was time to take that long, hard look in the mirror and decide what kind of man I am going to be. So far, I've proven myself inept, and in the pursuit of comedy, tried to do a lot of different things and ended up doing them poorly. Now, here is where I run into the risk of pigeonholing myself back into what I do best, which is f***ing stuff up. And that is an act with an expiration date, and it surely gets old after a while, so it is time to make a change. Now, in the last episode, I went from being completely free to leave to having crime stat 3 without ever leaving the prison. In a series of bungled escape attempts, I managed to rack up the time on that clock, which, in a strange way, was kind of satisfying. In any case, it was time to leave, so with a great sense of satisfaction, I gathered up my things and I marched toward that door, keeping all of the dignity that I was capable of. Until this happened.
Attention! Attention! Please direct your attention towards the front gates. One of our guests has completed their rehabilitation and is being released. Let's give them a round of applause.
It would have been great to have that happen in some, I don't know, random place like Rappahannock Regional Jail in Virginia. Great place. So, taking that elevator ride brings you right back to Everest Harbor, which I'm sure most of you know. Which was handy because this happened to be the place where I was really trying to start my own career in mining. I didn't really recall the exact layout of the shops, but I knew well enough to get around and pick up some extra backpacks, because I got a tip from one of you that rather than going hand mining with a single backpack and transferring things to the ship, you just bring a few backpacks, fill them up one at a time, and then throw the whole backpack into the ship. Brilliant. So with dreams of returning victorious with ore-laden backpacks, I set off to the landing pads. I got into my faithful, ridiculous-looking ship and I set off. I was so focused on making sure that I get all the details right from here on out, from picking the right mission to slowing down on my approach places and landing with dignity outside of a cave even, just little things like that I, of course, charged off to the planet and forgot all of my backpacks. No big deal, right? And I was actually pretty proud of myself that I remembered before getting down into the cave. So, baby steps, progress, not perfection.
I have been authorized to scan your vehicle for security purposes. Please halt your vehicle and stand by.
Have you ever watched one of those cop shows where you see a guy who really hadn't done anything getting pulled over by the police and he runs and you think, what an idiot. Why didn't he just stop? This is why.
That's it. I warned you.
I was trying to turn my life around. I didn't want to live this way anymore. I was going to make an honest living, but who is going to believe that I just happened to be going to pick up a bunch of empty backpacks for no good reason? Oh, yeah, officer, I went mining and I forgot 20 fucking bags. Yeah, random smuggling search my ass. They'll never take me alive.
Surrender while you still can. Please, power down.
Maybe it was the missile launch that showed me he really meant business, or maybe I'm just too tired and frustrated, so I submitted. They did take me alive.
You have valuable skill. Retrieve a multi-tool from the commissary unit and proceed into one of the authorized...
But in an act of utterly meaningless defiance, I will stare down this prison guard for the duration of my sentence.
Your company is committed to legal rehabilitation. While most correction facilities see their inmates as criminals, we understand that everyone has a story, a point of view, or a situation that led them to break the law. To us, no one is beyond redemption.